Now, Storm Watch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Well, temperatures are already rising in southern Oregon and northern California. Will continue to do so over the next several hours as we do have a warm front in the region. In fact, you can see a lot of green and not a whole lot of blue and pink, indicating snow and rain-snow mix. That's because, again, all the temperatures have risen quite a bit, and we'll get into that here in a bit. But we do have plenty of moisture offshore, a big blob of clouds moving offshore, moving from the west towards the east, another atmospheric river, and we'll have yet another one even farther off towards the west. So we're going to be under the gun for a lot of rain for the next several days. In fact, how much rain have we seen? Generally, roughly between 1 to 3 inches so far along the Oregon coast, about half an inch to an inch along I-5 from Roseburg all the way through Medford. Medford's picked up just a little less than 3/4 of an inch, about 1/4 of an inch in Montague, and between 1/4 and 1/3 of an inch east of the Cascades. And we're going to continue with more rain, 3 to 4 inches for the Oregon coast and the coast range from tonight through tomorrow night. For the Cascades, about an inch for the southernmost Cascades, but once you get up towards Crater Lake, we could be looking at 4 inches approximately in that particular location. Shasta Valley, Rogue Valley, another 1/4 of an inch to half an inch, 1/3 to an inch for Klamath Falls to Chemult. Essentially about Klamath Falls will be about that 1/3 of an inch, and as you get closer to Chemult, about 1/2 to an inch of rain. East side, between 1/10 and 1/2 an inch of rain. Now, in terms of snowfall amounts, we're not going to be really looking at a whole lot more snow, but we still could see 4 to 8 inches through Crater Lake for the rest of tonight before finally it does warm up to all rain sometime tomorrow afternoon. Now we'll be looking at the rain continuing throughout the region, and the rain is eventually going to shift up towards the north as we get closer towards sunrise. So the steadier, heavier rain will be up to the north, but then it'll push back down to the south throughout the day tomorrow. So we'll still have bands of rain throughout the entire day. And then we're going to continue with just a strong southwesterly flow. We won't really have a steady rain throughout the day, Sunday night into Monday morning, but we'll still have bands of showers. And we're going to continue with more moisture as we go to our northwest. You can see a lot more rain just to the northwest on Monday night, and this will continue to move from the southwest towards the north and the east, but not really get close enough to us. It's going to take its sweet time before the real steady and heavy rain makes its way into late Tuesday and into Wednesday. And with all that moisture, we have a beach hazard statement from the National Weather Service, maybe looking at 20-foot waves out there, so there's pretty significant waves, so minor risk for sneaker waves will be possible for the next couple of days. And speaking of strong waves, this big area of the low pressure way offshore is actually going to be moving towards Alaska, and that'll actually push a lot of waves getting closer towards the west coast. So we could be looking at some higher waves Tuesday and into Wednesday as well. So we could be looking at a continuation of what we were looking at with the sneaker wave threat. Current temperatures, though, they're warming up. 30s east of the Cascades, low 40s. We were in the upper 30s earlier. 45 in Medford, we were at 42 earlier. And temperatures are going to continue to slowly go up over the next several hours. In fact, like I said, we may have already made our coolest temperature. And tonight, we'll be into the 30s and 40s throughout the region. 44, we might get there here in Medford. Now, in terms of our wind forecast for tomorrow, what we could be looking at is some gusty winds, especially east of the Cascades. In fact, what we're going to be really looking at is, 55 for high temperature for Medford, 44 for Lakeview, 48 for Klamath Falls. So we do have a wind advisory for eastern part of Klamath and Lake counties for the day tomorrow. Now, our forecast for the Oregon coast will be in the 50s and low 60s for the next several days. No real dry day until Saturday of next week. Northern California will be into the 50s and 40s for overnight lows, but things will really start to cool off by Thursday of next week. And for the Klamath Basin, things also will start to cool off quite a bit once we get past Wednesday. Temperatures dropping into the 30s by the end of the week. And the Cascades will be in the 40s with plenty of rain for the next couple of days, but eventually that changes over to snow by the time we get to Wednesday. And the Rogue Valley will be in the 50s. Lots of rain finally dries out next weekend.